And this one's kind of long. This is called Wonderland, AIDS Suite, in 7 short poems. And it also begins with an epigraph from the singer and performance artist Diamanda Galas. To all the cowards and voyeurs, there are no more tickets to the funeral. 1. A photograph. Terry in white t-shirt, faded jeans, legs crossed, a copy of Playboy in his hand, circa 1977. Sunlight rainbows through the windows of his San Francisco apartment. It's the Castro, where every day is a party and rubbers were for sissies at the Sutro Baths. Who was he trying to fool with that girly mag? Maybe he just liked to read the articles. Or maybe it was Iggy Pop's big cock waving from the stage of a Stooges concert. I had that same issue, purloined from my dad's stash, pages wrinkled from cum shots, but not on those pristine girls who enjoyed backgammon, horseback riding, and had perfectly shaved pussies. 2. Terry wrote letters in blue ink on snowy white stationery. My mother cried over them in the post office parking lot. I was never privy, couldn't find her hiding place. I have a picture of Terry and my mother, young in the woods, arms draped around each other's shoulders. He came out to her first, softened the blow for my confession. She handled it like a pro. But those letters, what did he say in those letters that made tears rain on the fur collar of that long gray coat she used to wear? Lost them, doesn't remember, wouldn't say if she did. I can see fire dancing in her eyes. 3. A litany. Bulldog, handball, jaguar, glory holes. Terry knew Harvey Milk, saw him the day before he was assassinated, agreed to disagree over the baths, which Harvey hated and Terry frequented. In 1978, Harvey gunned down in City Hall, followed by riot, vigil, and silence. Supervisor Soothsayer predicted bullets to his brain. Could he see what else was coming? The season of marches and death upon them all. The bathhouses clouded with gay cancer. The first acronym, GRID, transmuted to a word that once meant care, but became letters for extinction, AIDS. 4. While Ronnie Ray guns exchanged arms for hostages and the Red Cross sat on its dirty hands, Terry fell out a window trying to break into his locked apartment. Down he went 8 stories, a service shaft. His fall slowed by pipes and wires he ripped through like a hot knife. The doctor gave him pint after pint of freshly squeezed blood, cold and untested. Along with the standard issue miracle, he survived. All the bruises would eventually fade, save one, the KS calling card, a kiss of death on his lower torso. The how and why ceased to matter in a spiral of red tape, persecution, crucifixion, homicide, genocide. 5. A vague memory. Terry packing to leave, escaping the long, slow death of being gay in the South, headed west to Oz, where when he decided it was safe to return, he moved into the same apartment in Atlanta he'd abandoned a decade before, made it love nest. I lost track of all the boyfriends until Jeff finally stuck. The bad news came in a long-distance call, a last cackle from the Wicked Witch who installed herself as mayor and wielded a deadly wand over a once emerald city. Terry and Jeff, those brave front boys, holding hands, promising to go down together, pills stockpiled in medicine cabinet and beside table, never used. Jeff would go first, quick and unplanned. The disease excising its right to take you fast or let you linger in agony. I was on the phone with Terry as they took Jeff's body out of the apartment, too stunned to cry. He would be banned from the funeral. 6. The day before he died, withered in a hospital bed, slipping in and out of delirium, Jeff gone a year. Terry heard voices, saw shadows moving, lamented he'd never go dancing again. I promised to bring him the tape of the disco song he'd heard on the radio, but never got the chance. I had it on my shelf, dusty and unplayed. He left while I sat in gridlock traffic after a frantic summons. That night, I kept another promise and swept his apartment clean of porn, bags full of fuzzy and fading 70s and 80s movies where cum dripped unchecked from every orifice, not a rubber in sight. He forgot the nudie photos found by my grandmother, an angel bare-assed and chaps haloed by unearthly light. 7. At the memorial, everyone speaking in contained voices, I let mine crack with tears, opened the door for my mother and grandmother to sob, got dirty looks from his friends for bringing down an otherwise light-hearted remembrance. Before Terry, I'd always had the stiff upper lip inherited from English genes. Now I cry easily at death, even strangers. And Terry's gone 10 years, and AIDS is pandemic, still not a cure in sight. I still have the picture of Terry in the San Francisco apartment, the one he dreamed about as he drove cross country, leaving Atlanta. Next stop, Wonderland. Oh, I should have brought some water under my mouth as it dries bone. That would be lovely. So, one of my former partners, Chris Siddons, who I dated back in the early 90s, lost his battle with AIDS a few years ago. And so I've written a couple of poems about that. I'm still kind of exploring that because we weren't really on speaking terms when he passed. And only a few people knew that he was HIV positive because he'd become a drug addict and was living on the streets. And not a lot of people knew that. And so it was very unexpected when he passed away. Thank you. Thank you. So I'll read a couple of those. This was called At Lake Forest Plaza, East New Orleans. The hotel is a skeleton, whitewashed ribs, its name a shadow etched into the walls like nuclear flash. Reed Boulevard is just one ground zero, I-10 a gallery of ruin. My memory is long. I came here on the run from Chris when he was alive and crazy, unwinding the double helix of us, embarrassed by his public madness. I wanted to sweat him out, find a place to go insane anonymously, deep south, go down. I could only afford the outskirts, but I'd memorized the map, so Canal, Vieux-Carré, Carondelet, St. Charles Garden District were second tongue, steeped in Tennessee, Truman, Ignatius, and Julie Marsden in a red dress at the Olympus Ball. This is 1992, Dumpling, 1992, not the Dark Ages. I learned to acclimate, even found charm in the Lake Forest Plaza Mall, its food court, a cheap haven when I could find pleasure in nothing. Chris and money burning holes in my pockets, finally going for broke, Maison Blanc, mon amour. On TV, helicopters hovered over the flooded mall, waist-deep black water, tattered roof waving white flags, and although it had been 10 years since I'd set foot there, my hand traced the places where I'd walked to shake Chris off. I should have called him then, when he was alive and not crazy. I know that now, driving past the place where the mall used to stand, swept off the earth as if some angry God's hand descended and cleared a table.